This is the Thriving Dentist Show with Gary Takis, where we help you develop your ideal dental practice.
So here's those four specific strategies. Let me go through those real quick. Number one, know your data. Know your data. Doctor, know when your next available new patient appointment is. And I'm going to politely suggest that many of you, right now, doc, hit pause right now on this. You're likely listening to this on your phone. Hopefully you've got remote access to your computer, regardless of where you are. Go look and see when the first available new patient appointment is. You might be surprised. So number one, know your data. And this is something that isn't a one and done, right? Right, okay, we're good, we're done. You gotta know it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like checking the gas gauge. Hey, I filled up my gas tank last week. We're good, right? No, you better check the gas gauge. If you've been driving, you better check your gas gauge. So you have to always know that, and you've got to help your team members. You want to compliment your team members when they're following your block system, your blocks. You want to correct them if they're not. So you always have to know, and the one piece of data you need to know is, when can I see a new patient? Can I suggest a very simple way to know this 100% of the time? Now that sounds like a bold statement, doesn't it, Darren?
Yes.
Put a checklist item in your morning huddle and ask the question, when is our next new patient appointment available? When is the next one? Now, let me show you how this will change behavior in your practice. What if your scheduling coordinator has been sort of loose about this? Sometimes and sometimes not. Sometimes not. You're going to get compliance on this because you're asking the question in the morning huddle. Your new patient coordinator is not going to want to say, Doc, it's 2 weeks from now. What is your new patient coordinator going to want to report? She's the one that reports. So Doc asks the question, when is our next new patient appointment? Now, if this is Monday, I want her to say Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning. That's within the 3 business days. So she's going to do, it's kind of like, it reminded me of, we've raised 4 kids. It reminded me of kids' behavior before the parent-teacher conference. If our kids knew that the parent-teacher conference was coming up, they wanted to, have a great parent-teacher conference. So they were going to do the behavior that supported that. So that's how you correct that. You correct it in one fell swoop by putting an item in the morning huddle. How long is that going to add to the morning huddle by asking the question, hey guys, when is our next? So Meg, when is my next new patient appointment?
15 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds. Boom. That's it. Okay, so number one, know your data. Know your data. Number 2, create a growth culture in your practice. Create a growth culture. Who's responsible for creating the growth culture, Naren?
The dentist.
Yes.
Starts at the top. Culture starts at the top. The tone you set.
Now, I believe, nearly every dentist you ask the question to, are you creating a growth culture in your practice, will say yes. But doctor, now look at it a little bit deeper. Does your behavior support that? Does your behavior support that? Truly, are you one that talks about growth? Talk about it in the right context. And I believe the right context here, Naren, is not numbers, is not profit, isn't number data. I believe the right way to talk about this is in the context of helping more patients have great oral health.
Right.
And why do I say that? Because, hey, you know me, Naren, and you know that I'm a data guy, and
right.
I'm a numbers guy, and I live and totally believe in the numbers. But I also recognize that sometimes you've got to have a greater purpose than the number. If imagine this, now I don't believe any of our listeners would do this, but imagine we're talking to our team members and I says, I need to make more money. I want to buy another car. I want to buy a second, vacation house. How's that going to rent? No, I don't believe any of our listeners would do that, but I'm being sarcastic to make a point. The team members aren't going to respond to that.
Exactly.
But what if we talk about, hey guys, I am so proud of the way we take care of our patients. And thank you to each and every one of you for making that a reality, making our vision of taking care of patients the way we'd like to be taken care of a reality. Thank you for being an important spoke in the wheel for us to do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know, one of the things I would love to do is help more people in our community have great oral health. Guys, do you realize that even today, 50% of the adults in the United States don't have a dentist? I'd love to see more of them so we could get them on the path to great oral health. Because today we know if they have great oral health, it's not just their mouth, we're improving their overall health. Now, how's that as a rallying point for the team?
Exactly, Gary. I totally
Pretty
agree.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. So tip number three, strategy number 3, use block scheduling to create a scheduling template to accommodate growth. Figure out how many new patients you have, figure out what your doctor part of, in our case, I went through this earlier, but in our case, it's a 30-minute time slot for the doctor. So if we need 3 new patient appointments per day, that means I need an hour and a half of dedicated doctor time. Put those at different times during the day so that we can accommodate patients if they need different appointments. Some like morning, some like mid-afternoon, some like mid-morning, some like end of the day. So put them at different times, and then teach your scheduling coordinator to monitor those. Teach them to monitor those and let you know, because a possible discussion would be, doctor, I think we need more new patient slots. Our marketing is really working. I think I need more. Now that would be a problem, but in my opinion, that would be a wonderful problem to solve.
Right.
Now let me go to tip number 4, and then we'll kind of wrap up this coaching in action. Consider an incentive system to support practice growth. A bonus system. Now that could be a team bonus where you say, and I'm going to refer our listeners to our recent podcast episode on a bonus system that works, because in that bonus system that works, I shared 4 different types of bonus systems that we use throughout our client base, because I don't believe it's a one-size-fits-all. So let's put in the show notes a link to that episode in case we have a new listener that has just landed on the podcast and not heard that. But consider incentivizing, because I think we need to have an answer or we need to have a culture in the practice where the better the practice does, the better our team members do. And now all of a sudden growth isn't going to be, oh man, more work. Oh, geez, more work for me. Growth is going to be, wait a minute. I'm excited about this because this benefits me as well. And there's different ways to do that. And if you listen to the episode on bonus system that we're 4 different ways. This could be a team bonus, where if we hit our collection goal for the month, everyone receives this. It could be an individual scheduling bonus for your scheduling coordinator. It could even be something fun like our grab bag bonus that we have provided as a resource for you as well. So let's put a link in the show notes here on this episode for the details behind that grab bag bonus. That'd be another way to do it. But those are the 4 strategies to literally solve the biggest scheduling mistake that dentists make. And again, that mistake is not having a template set up so that you can see a new patient within 3 days of their call. The 4 strategies are: number 1, know your data. Number 2, create a growth culture in your practice and live that culture each and every day. Number 3, use block scheduling and create a scheduling template to accommodate the growth. That's the nuts and bolts behind this. And number 4, consider creating an incentive system in your practice to support practice growth.
One that provides personal, professional, and financial satisfaction.